Hi everyone, it's Jenny at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Excuse me. You can find us and hang out with our friends and family at Joey143Jenny on both YouTube and Instagram, and then follow along with us on our Facebook page at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. So today what I'm doing is I'm going to be working on the master board that I made yesterday. And I brought out some things to show you before we get started, just in case you want to gather your items or, as well. So I have some cutouts here. These are fussy cuts. These are the ones that we used yesterday, from this particular one from yesterday. And then these that I didn't show you yesterday are from my porch prints. I just cut out some birds and nests and flowers and things, so we'll probably use some of those. I'll set that right here. And then I still have these little tabs, these little what do I want to call them? Labels. Just dropped one on the floor. Labels and different things that we were using yesterday, so we'll use some more of those today. Then I also got some snippets of just some lace and little things that we can add, because we're going to cut this up and we're going to make journal cards and tags, so we'll use that. And then I also got some little sari silk pieces. Is that all that's in there? Yeah. Just in case we want to put it on the tag topper or on the card or something. So I just grabbed a few little snips that I thought might go with it. And so that's what we'll use those. And then I also grabbed my two ephemera packs. This one has stamps in it in case we decide to use stamps. I don't know. We might. And then this one has labels, mostly Tracy Fox labels. And then I also set some more Tracy Fox over here if I don't have this right color and I haven't cut it out yet. So I have those handy. What else? Oh, I might use a postage stamp. And then the other thing that I have, where is it? Oh, and then the other thing that I have handy is some black thread. And I just put it on this little stamp here so I would have it handy. But this black thread, I'm going to use it for some, if I use butterflies, I'll use this for the antennas. I was looking through my fussy cut. I keep like a box of fussy cut pages to do. And these were some that I was working on. I don't know. It's a variety of kits. I'm sorry, I don't know where it came from, which ones. There's so many wonderful butterfly kits. And then this again, I don't know which one. I just started piling them in here. Some of them may be from the same digital that, I already showed you. I don't know. But I've got these just in case I run out or need a different size or something. So, all right. So hopefully you've grabbed your coffee, your tea, your water. One thing I did forget is I wanted to continue to use this. So far, so good. It's held down. It's nice and flat. Nothing is curling or buckling. It's not too wet of a glue stick to where it would, kind of ripple a little bit. So I'm going to grab a couple of more of those because I think I think they're fairly, there's not a whole lot in there. So, okay, I forgot to do that. I grabbed a few more. So I'm going to need to do a cost comparison on exact sizes to see, if it's cost effective. But for sure, since I already have them and this is like collaging and a lot of gluing, I think for sure I'm going to use those instead of Oohoo for now. Okay, so what I did, just as a recap, is I took the funny papers out of the Sunday paper. My mom saved it for me. And it's kind of a little bit of a thicker newsprint. And so then yesterday I just collaged over it, if you haven't seen that video. And then on the back, I just put some coffee dyed, and I believe these two are avocado dyed paper on the back so that it's light enough you could write on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, oops, I'm so sorry. I'm limited on space here. So I'm sorry I knocked you right in the head probably. Get everything moved a little bit. What I'm going to do is I am going to cut these I need to do it this way, I'm thinking. 3.5 by, I believe, 5.5. It'll give me a little bit of an extra one. This first one I'll need to go over just a little bit. There we go. 3.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to hopefully, yeah, cut those real quick. One of them, because I measured this, I'm going to end up having just a 3-inch one at the end, which is totally fine. I'm not a big stickler on sizes of things. The only reason I have this down as a particular size is I measured the whole thing out. Hopefully I measured it right. And I thought, how can I get the most out of it? And even though I love to make big journal cards and tags, oops, come on. I wanted to get as many as I could out of this one. So I can always do another one and use that for big journal cards and tags. Which, if you saw my Facebook post, you know that I don't know why, but I am in a collage mood. And I say, when you get in that mood, go for it. Because at some point, like when you're making a journal or you want a card for a gift or something, like a gift tag, you'll have stuff already made. So, go ahead and do it, I say. So then I'm going to go 5.5, and I think that's going to work out right. Yeah. Okay. I do like that surprise element, that you've probably seen on other channels where you wait to flip it over. Now, these aren't complete yet, but it's still fun to see how it turns out when you do a collage like that. I'm going to try to remember to keep them orientated right while I decorate them. And then also, I may pause in between decorating them because I do want to sew them. I do want to sew around them. All right, let's take a look. Okay. All right, so that looks nice. Definitely has enough room, to put something. Oh, that's very pretty. That doesn't even need much. That's fun. It'll be a nice place to put something. This one's very busy, so it's got a cute little bird right here. So it'll be neat to just tie it all together with something. It's fun. I cut off the butterfly, but I think it's all right. Put a label or something there maybe. This one is also very busy, but I love all the colors. So something to tie that in, maybe the bird or a butterfly or something like that. That's very pretty. Lots of blue here. So that's going to be nice to tie something in with that. This is exciting. It's going to be fun to see what comes of it. Okay. I think then what I'm going to do, did I get that upside down? Yeah. I like that. That's fun. This is also very fun. Let's see. Looks like it goes this way. I got them kind of twisted around. Oh yeah, that does go that way. Look at that. That's neat. I'm going to swap those though. I'll show you why in a minute. Let's see here. There we go. It's pretty. I didn't even notice that those were little irises when I first cut it. That's neat. And then that one's neat too. So they're pretty. They're still pretty, you know, pretty plain. You could, I'm going to scoot them over a little bit, but you could actually, you know, keep them like this until you're doing your journal, and then you could put whatever you want, you know, on it to match your journal or whatever your gift is or what have you. But I getting a glue page here. But what I did was I used kind of the same coloring. So I used a lot of blue, purple, some pink, kind of went along a theme of kind of a French cottage, shabby chic looking. So now what I'm going to do, if I can, is I'm going to take some of these, not the, I'm not going to use, right now, I'm not going to use the birds and things yet, although I might use these flowers. So let me get that off, and I'll set this aside. Okay. All right. So let's move this down a little bit. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. All right. Hope everybody's doing good and you're getting some crafting in or getting some crafting ideas in. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to put another little layer on. And so like, let's see if there's one that could use, or even 4 of them might be able to use. You know, like that. So I think that's what I'll do. I don't know why my hands are hurting so bad today. The old arthritis is kicking in. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just doing an extra little layer of stuff, and then I'll cut them apart again. You've probably seen me do this when I did like the Rolodex cards. I kind of do it this way too. So yesterday I went back out after the video of relaxation and finished up my front garden of weeding and digging out stuff. And again, you know, it just gets me. I was telling Joey, I said, I think we might have to move from gardening to landscaping. We'll see. I say that I've said that for a couple of years, like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. It's really killing my hips and my shoulders and stuff. And then every year I do it again because I just love it so much. Okay, I think that's going to be fine. Okay, what else? That's pretty, isn't it? This one, these both could use a little something. I'm just going to travel it around until I feel like it's at a good spot. I think that'll be good. All right. I just got to remember what I did. That goes above the flowers. Okay. Yeah, so another thing about this glue, I might have mentioned it yesterday, is that it goes on very smooth. And it's smooth, seems to hold pretty well, but it's not this type of sticky that is, it almost feels silicone to some degree. I can't say that's what it is, but it goes on. It glides. I'll say that. It glides. Okay, I think I had it like that. Okay. Okay, now let's, whoopsie. I think I'm going to just set these aside for now, just for a second, while I work on this other one here, so I don't keep banging the camera. Okay, maybe we do something. I think I'm going to fussy cut this really fast. I say really fast. I don't know if it's actually fast, but like cut this right away is what I guess I should say. If you're not used to fussy cutting or you find it a challenge, a couple of things that help me is to rotate the paper, you know, while I'm cutting, and to take, and I'll show you, like, okay, so that's on a corner, so I'm just going to fake it and pretend like there's a leaf, you know, that I'm going to just cut a little bit like that. Okay, this is what I want to show you. Okay, so you open your shears somewhat wide, and it's almost like talking in one long breath. You're rotating the whole time you're cutting instead of like a seesaw. And I'm not gonna cut those little deals out. I'm just gonna go around it like that. So it's like, you know, when you're talking, you want to get it all out in one long breath. Well, that's kind of how it is here. You want to open your scissors wide and then, you know, move your paper around instead of little seesaw cuts, like, instead of doing that. For me, that seems to work best. I think that's going to be good there. So I'm filming this on Friday, and depending how cooperative my internet is, it may air today or it may air on Saturday. And I forgot to look at how many days we are now with rain, but it's another day that's going to be raining. And but remember how I said don't worry about the rain, the sun will shine? Well, Friday and Saturday it's supposed to be sunny, and it's going to be in the 70s. So it's just going to be a perfect early spring day. Oh, let's see. That butterfly is a little bit awkward there, isn't it? Let's fussy cut this one out really fast. And these were not full pictures. These were just the ones that were in that kit. You know, that I cut some of them on cardstock to just use as they are, as little journal cards. And then I cut some, or I'm sorry, not cut, but printed some on cardstock for journal cards. And then I printed some on just paper to do what we're doing right now. So, so that's why they have, you know, edges. You can always do an edge like that. But I think if I put it over this butterfly, I can cover that up with something else. I don't know if I even like that. Saving it. I don't know if I like it. Okay, we got to figure something else out for that. We've got a little bit of blue already on there. It may be okay the way it is. Might be okay the way it is. I don't have anything else out here, and then we'll... do I have another flower? Maybe I'll go back to this guy. Oh, I know what I forgot to grab. Let's wait on it. I know what I forgot to grab is some book pages. Let me grab a book. Let's see what this book is. This old book. What is this book? It's neat, isn't it? I love all that. This is copyright 1910-1911. Teachers and Pupils Cyclopedia. Well, let's just take a page out of there. I'll put it here and hope it doesn't avalanche. All right, so maybe I just put some paper across there. Okay. All right. I don't want to cover too much up. I do want to kind of disguise that is a butterfly. And I don't know if this is going to be the best way to go about it or not. We'll see. Let's do it. We're just going to do it. I don't want to fiddle with it too long. It's so relaxing that if I fiddle with something too long, I start getting sleepy. I mean, like, I'm out. Let's sleep. So I'm just going to put it together enough to have a little gap to cut. But I want enough to make that not so dominant of a butterfly. Okay. We'll cut the other ones out while we wait for that one to dry. I think I'll get these guys out. If I get my finger in them. Okay. It's a little bit of a Laverne and Shirley act today. I Love Lucy act. Again, on the side, I'm just going to bevel out like that. Get those little pieces off. This goes pretty quickly. I say that. How long have we been here? Like hour and a half? I don't know. Time flies when you're having so much fun. Okay, now what I'm going to do is once I get these cut, I'm going to cut some of them in a tag shape and some of them in a journal card shape. And then I'm going to sew around them. And I'm just going to sew in black because that's what's in the machine right now. Ooh, I don't know how that's going to work. I kind of overlapped a couple of them. Oh, what's going on here? Weird. Okay. Right. I hope you can't hear my stomach growling. It is lunchtime. I just haven't been enthusiastic about eating yet. So, I don't know. I say it's lunchtime. Typically, I try to eat around noon. Just kind of stay on a schedule so that when Joey gets home, you know, I'm on the right schedule for dinner. Because I know he eats lunch at work between 11 and noon. But it's a lot of times it's not until, I don't know, 2 o'clock before I'm hungry. But today is not the case. Okay, now we have another show. Let's see if, you know, so there's that. That's cute. Little flower. What did we add here? We added paper. Paper. Flower. Just another little, what am I trying to say? Just another little layer. What do we do to that one? Oh, a little flower here. So we still have definitely some work to do on that. Well, on all of them, I want to put like a butterfly or a bird or something. I didn't get this one even glued at all. Okay. That one we just did that corner, little corner there. Rest of that rose, that turned out pretty. Rose, just added a little more color to it. What do we do to this one? Oh, it just has a corner with leaves. And more rose. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to pause. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and sew around them. And then I'll come back and we'll decorate some of them. Okay. Okay. So hang tight. Go get you a cup of coffee. All right. 1 second. Okay. I'm back. And that really didn't take too long. So basically what I did was I just started in the lower right corner and I quickly stitched around each one. And I did do one, or as I go through, I may have done more, but I know I did one upside down. As far as this goes, like cut the tag upside down, but that's okay because we're going to put some stuff over it. One thing that I have learned is that I don't hole punch just yet. It makes the sewing a little easier. And then also on these, I do want to clip the corners. I meant to do that real quick, but I'm going to do that. And this one, I started at the top instead of in the lower right corner. I'm not sure what happened with that, but I did. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I find these look a little bit nicer if they're clipped. I did notice this particular card reminded me that I guess where the newspaper is folded, it feels a bit weak right there. So, yeah. I was just thinking, I wonder if that could just be a pocket. But I think, let's see. 5 3/8 about. That might work since it's a little bit weakened. Anyways, I just realized that one reminded me of that. So I'm just gonna trim these real quick. And then we probably won't have time to get them all decorated, knowing me. Takes me a while to figure out what I'm going to do, even if I try not to think too hard. It's just something about it. Okay. I think this is the last one. Okay. Put my little trash can over here. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just take a couple of each. We're just going to kind of start at the top, I guess. All right, here we go. So this one might still be able to be used at some point. Nope, not there. Okay, get your bearings. Let's look at birds. I'm going to set these aside. We'll use those to fill in if we need to. Let's look at birds. Okay, that's all right. Something right here. Something right there. How about we get that down and then we look at let's get her down. Let's get her down and then we'll look at like stamps, labels, things like that. I also waited to put this top layer on. Where's my squeegee guy? Because even though it's going to go over the sewing, I don't mind that at all. But I wait because I don't like to like sew through this little teeny beak or whatever here. Stuff like that. So I wait. Okay, let's see. I don't have a whole lot of labels cut. I've used so many of them. I like these little ones with the dates. I think that looks okay. I think I'm gonna distress it a little bit. Oh, I just re-inked my vintage photo, so we'll see. Might be a little dark. I've got to replace this. Look at that. It's disgusting. I've got to replace that. And then I like to, on the Tracy labels, I like to put them on label paper. Excuse the reach. I want to leave enough because I'm going to put a little hole there. What? Something right there. Flower? Another flower? think it's okay. I think it's all right. Just gonna give this a little bit of a distress. It's older, but it's in really good shape. All right, let's just put it right there. And I'll grab one of my postage stamps. I lost the cap in between while we were paused. I lost the cap to that. Oof, that might be too much. To my glue, I lost the cap. I'll put that here just in case we need it. And then how about a little bit of lace? Maybe that's what we need in addition. Look at my finger. I'll get that all over everything. Excuse me. Okay, I gotta pick up the speed. It's gonna take me forever. I think that's gonna be sweet. Scissors, scissors. Square that up. And Fabri-Tac. I haven't used this in forever, so let's see what's going on in there. Yuck. Yuck. Disgusting. Ick. Okay. Enough of that. Thin, very thin line. It's gooey, very gooey. You know, I mentioned in another video a while back that I can't quite figure out why my Fabri-Tac gets so gluey. I don't know if it's too cold, too hot in here. I don't know what the situation is that is causing that. Just going to try to even it up here. Get another one of my paper towels. What in the world? Here we go. I may end up cutting those long tails off. We'll see. I kind of like them sometimes. All right, now hole punch. Well, this is also a challenge. If I sew too far down, I'm going to punch right through because this has a barrier, of course. I didn't think about that. I guess I've always just hit it on the nail and not had to worry about it. There, I think it looks okay. Don't need to go around this too much, just simply because it's all coffee dyed. I just like to get that edge. All right, let's see. Now let's put something with it. Let's do this one. I think it's going to be pretty. Baby blue would be pretty, but I don't have that. I just like to tie it like that. When I cut this stuff, I don't cut straight across and I don't cut at an angle typically. I hold my scissors like that and then I just pull. I pull the thread or the stuff through because it gives it like a raggedy edge, and I like that. One down. Okay, let's do it. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, here's another one. Let's grab a pretty bird. Too big. Two something. That's okay. Maybe some paper behind it. Just to add that extra layer there. Let's do it. Blue. This bird down. This is why I feel like it's nice, and this glue is silky, because when you go over these teeny tiny parts, it's not necessarily ripping them up like sometimes I've had that happen. Okay. Oh, I got his little tail. Sorry about that. All right, let's get a label out. I think I'm gonna go with a big label. I've got black thread, so I wonder what this would look like. I think that's fine. And what else? Maybe something right here. Yeah. Get rid of those little raggedy edges. The bird can perch right there. Oh, good grief. Well, I'm not gonna fish for that. Let's grab another one. Sorry. Okay, all right. Back to you, Fabri-Tac, now. Let's try to behave. Not too bad, thank you. I think that's the same on either side. Yeah. Come on. Oh my gosh, I went outside early this morning, and the birds were just praising. That's all I can say. I mean, they were at it. It was so beautiful. I think that's good. I think that'll be fine. Okay, 2. Oh, we're almost at time. Oh my goodness, the time flies. Okay, I'm going to continue on, but I know the camera's going to cut off. So I just want to remind you that we pray blessings over each of you. We're so grateful for you. And we just want you to know every day that you're so loved. So if you take nothing away from today, we just want you to remember that you're so loved. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'll post my finished things on Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House on Facebook and on Instagram at Joey143Jenny. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.